It's another 10, another top 10. This time of talents, I feel, deserve a push in 2018. And this is in WWE NXT. And honestly, there's a lot of talents really that could be used a lot better. Look, not everybody's going to be in the main event. Not everybody's going to be in the title picture all the time. Otherwise, it's 2 card, and there's no mid card, and there's no lower card. And everybody pretty much just is, everybody's pretty much just the same. There's got to be certain levels and everything, and people can bounce around at that. Some people are destined to be the main event all the time. Some people are destined to be the mid card. Some people are destined to be the lower card. But not giving chances to everybody, at least a good portion of people, especially people talented that deserve it, it's going to make the product stale. And at times, the WWE TV product has been kind of stale. Sometimes, I mean, not all the time. They've actually hit some pretty high marks this year, despite Raw being 3 hours, which is too long, and SmackDown being 2 hours, and at times kind of clustering a little too much in. So, these are 10 talents I feel deserve a push. And I mean a big push. I'm not talking just a medium push. I'm talking a big push. Number 10, Bayley. Bayley has been bungled. The Bayley Bungles, I'm going to call it. That's my new phrase right now. Hashtag the Bayley Bungle. So white to say hashtag like that. Bayley is somebody who was used so badly this year. Winning the title the way she did, if they had her win it at Mania and then drop it soon after, okay, at least it would have been a big moment and everything. She would have won at Mania. They blew it a little too quick. Bayley is somebody who is money, and granted, maybe needs a new finisher. The whole Bayley to belly thing could go by the wayside, or at least give her a new finisher and have her break that out here and there. But Bayley really should go to SmackDown, and maybe at some point win the SmackDown Women's Championship, and then you could have her feud with a couple NXT call-ups that I'm going to get to in a bit. But Bayley really deserves a good push. She really does. She's marketable. She's likable. She's good in the ring. Yeah, injuries have kind of undone. Like, she had a couple injuries, especially one last year. But she can, or even this year actually, she could do really, really well though. They just gotta give her a chance, and maybe putting her on SmackDown would be a fresh chance. But she deserves a push. Number 9, TJP. Where is TJP exactly? I have not seen him on 205 Live recently. I hope that he's not being ousted from the company, as he's a really good talent, a really good story, and has worked incredibly hard and can deliver some really good performances. I would personally have TJP move out of the Cruiserweight division, move me either to SmackDown or Raw, and have him compete for the US or IC title, respectively, and be somebody that could be used at least in the mid-card, because it'd be better not being used at all on TV. I think TJP deserves another push. I just feel he does. I mean, I think the guy's money. Number 8, and this is where the Bayley tie-in is going to happen, Peyton Royce and Billie Kay, because they're kind of where they're at in their level in NXT. I think unless a miracle happens, they decide to keep them there for a few more months after Mania. I think what's going to happen is Peyton and Billie will be called up. Call them up to the blue brand. I would have Bayley beat Charlotte soon after Mania. Bayley holds the title. You have Bayley go over to SmackDown, stuff like that. Bayley beats Charlotte on a TV match. Bayley's holding the title and everything. She celebrates. The next week or 2 weeks after, Bayley manages to beat Charlotte again, and she's celebrating. And then all of a sudden, Peyton and Billie attack her. And then you build to that feud for the May pay-per-view. And then you have Peyton beat Bayley and hold it for a few months, and then Peyton can drop it back to Bayley. Something like that. It would be a way to build things. Or you could have Peyton just beat Charlotte shortly after Mania, and then build up a Peyton and Bayley feud. I gotta really be careful with how I say that. I don't know why I'm hooked on Peyton and Billie being on SmackDown. I just think it's a good fit, which probably means they'll go to Raw and unfortunately be either split up and or buried, which I hope doesn't happen. But they're two women that deserve a push. I mean, they're getting good TV time in NXT, but feels like they plateaued. Put them up on the main roster, the blue brand, see what happens. Number 7, Gallows and Anderson. Look, I know Gallows and Anderson were tag team champions earlier this year, but I actually had to remind myself of that. That's how bad their title reign was. Which is sad because they're a really good team, and they're great. They're a great team. Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson are a great tag team. And now they've been doing WWE shop plugs for a while. Now there's nothing wrong with that. They're getting TV time, but they are money performers. Great in the ring, great to watch. Why aren't they being used better? Maybe switch them to SmackDown. Put another team on Raw or something like that. Maybe put the Singh brothers on Raw. And put Gallows and Anderson on SmackDown. You could do the whole thing with AJ and this kind of stuff. Just have something happen because they need a reset. They need to be featured better. They are a really good team. Number 6, Apollo Crews. Why does WWE hate Apollo Crews so much? I mean, I feel that Apollo, with the right push and with the right build, granted it would take 6 months or more, could be in competition for the WWE Championship. So you'd have to put him on SmackDown. But, and I think he actually recently got put on Raw, so that's probably not, well, no. Yeah, he recently got put on Raw, so that's probably not going to happen. But he could compete for the WWE Championship. Or the Universal Championship. He could get, this would be way, way, way later in 2018. That's only if they build him right. And it might even have to wait till 2019, but Apollo Crews is a great performer. And yes, the mouthpiece of Titus is helping, because promos aren't necessarily Cruz's strong suit. But I think with the right build, I think it could work. Or at least give him a run with the IC title. Something. Because Cruz really is good. He is really, really good. And deserves, some sort of push for that. And I mean a long-term push. Like something where they don't just pull the plug on it because they don't think it's working. Because he's not Roman Reigns. Number 5, Dean Ambrose. Yes, I know that Dean is was a tag team champion earlier this year and IC champion earlier this year. Give him another run with the big title. If he's back, if they switch him back to SmackDown, whatever, he deserves one more run with the title. I think he does at least. I think a heel turn would, of course, fit. I think if they were to go with a Dean versus Roman Reigns feud after Mania, that would be nice, and you have Dean be the heel because Dean Ambrose needs to go heel. He has needed to go heel for about a goddamn year. And that's what could reset him and make him feel fresh and everything. And if you're going to keep him on Raw, have Dean be the one to break up the Shield, even whatever. I mean, I think that's where they're going to go with. I don't really care about the Shield being back together, honestly. But Dean deserves another chance to be in the main event. He is a really good performer. At least I think he is. Now, some can disagree, and I'm not saying it's going to happen, but this is my list, and that's what I would do. Number 4, Finn Balor. Finn Balor is over. He could face Brock Lesnar. He wouldn't beat Brock Lesnar at the Rumble. Nobody would believe he would beat Brock Lesnar. But if the rumors are they might not even have Lesnar defend the title at the Rumble, that's crap. Now, I don't know if that's true, but just build up something with Balor and Lesnar. I mean, you could build it up easily. Heyman could build it up easily. And Brock could get a rub by beating Finn in the demon makeup. Which, yeah, okay, Brock might leave a few months after putting over Roman, but that would be the first time that Finn would lose in the demon makeup. He certainly doesn't need to win the title again, at least right there. He could win the title in later 2018 or something. But Finn deserves a push. Put him in an IC title program if you're not going to do something with it. Just something, because Finn can deliver some really incredible matches if you give him a chance. Number 3, Cedric Alexander. Talked about him before. Money performer. Great talent. Should be in a US or IC title program. Him versus AJ Styles would be a great feud. AJ Styles, of course, as of this recording, again, the 4th of December, is still the WWE champion. So if that's the case, if they were to go with that route, those matches could be great. I mean, Cedric, of course, wouldn't win the title. I mean, imagine the shock if he suddenly did. You want to talk about a shocking, turn of events. That would be just great, though. I would like to. I mean, I don't think I'm ever going to see Cedric as WWE champion for the IC title. Him challenging Roman Reigns if they decided to do that on a future Raw, possibly tonight. In fact, I might have. I might even pat myself on the back, Barry Horowitz style, if that happens. Cedric facing Reigns would certainly be cool. Granted, if Cedric Cedric ain't going to win. But it would still be a good match. But Cedric deserves a big push in 2018. Number 2, Tye Dillinger. 10. The guy is good. He's over. He's a good worker. He's got a great story. He's in WWE developmental for a while. He's worked hard, worked hard, worked hard. He has done some great, great things and has gotten himself hugely over. At first, he was just over, as a heel, or first he was just a heel doing the 10 thing to mock people, and then people caught on to it. And it's just really, really worked. And Ty became one of the most lovable guys that they had in NXT. And he's hugely over on the roster. I mean, remember the pop he got at the Rumble earlier this year when, it's like number 10 or whatever? And the crowd just went apeshit when he was number 10. And, I mean, that was great stuff. I mean, I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. It was a nearly packed house in the Alamo Dome. I mean, not perfect, but it was nearly packed. But my God, does he deserve a push. You might have to put him on Raw. But he should get a chance. He should get a chance to at least get a mid-card title. Again, not WWE Championship material, at least not yet. And I don't know if he ever will be. But at least one run. One decent run with a mid-card title. Or at least a run with a tag team title with the right guy. Hell, imagine him and Braun Strowman as tag team champions. The perfect 10 Strowman. I don't know. I'm just throwing stuff out there. Number 1, Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn recently healed Sami Zayn, as in, turning heel. The fact that he has not been competing at all for the WWE Championship or the Universal Championship, I mean, granted, that's on Raw. The fact that he's not been competing for a big title is baffling. He deserves a chance. Sorry, you gave it to Jinder fucking Mahal that can't even lace his damn boots, and you can't give Sami Zayn a chance? Zayn's a great performer. He's a great humanitarian. He cuts better promos than people give him credit for. The heel run is absolutely great. Him beating AJ would be wonderful. He would have to, of course, beat AJ sometime after Mania, unless they do Styles versus Nakamura, and Nakamura wins. And, AJ holds the title till then, Nakamura wins. Then you get Nakamura versus Zayn happen after that. Imagine how great that'll be. Imagine that. That would be great stuff. That would be a great feud. And it would be a way to kind of build on the thing that they left from TakeOver Dallas in 2016. But Zayn deserves a chance to be in a main event program, in a long-term main event program. This thing with Owens should work out pretty damn well, at least for the short term. I don't know if it'll last too long. I would have a heel Zayn versus a face Owens at WrestleMania. Zayn wins, and then Zayn goes on to face Nakamura afterwards when Nakamura beats AJ for the title, provided they go that way. But anyway, those are 10 talents I feel deserve a push in 2018. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Who are some people that you would like to see receive a push? Receive a push up the card or receive a push out the door? Let me know in the comments. Like, share, subscribe also. It's been Real Honesty with John Ritlin. I'm John Ritlin, and I will see you soon.